In a shocking moment that has fans and analysts talking, WNBA legend Teresa Weatherspoon reportedly went ballistic on Caitlin Clark, claiming that the young star is destroying the WNBA and signaling the end of her patience. The heated exchange comes amid a wave of controversy surrounding Clark's dominance on the court, her media attention, and her influence on the league. This clash between one of basketball's most iconic figures and the sport's brightest rising talent has sent shockwaves across social media, sports networks, and the WNBA community. Teresa Weatherspoon, known for her legendary leadership and fierce competitive spirit, has never been shy about speaking her mind. Sources close to the situation reveal that she reached a breaking point after Clark's latest performances and public statements, which some critics argue overshadow team play and traditional WNBA values. Clark, who has been hailed as a generational talent, has garnered immense attention for her scoring, highlight reel plays, and growing social media presence. But according to insiders, her meteoric rise has not sat well with some league veterans who worry about its long-term impact on team dynamics and the league's image. The fallout is already being felt across multiple platforms. Sports analysts are dissecting every word of Weatherspoon's comments, debating whether her critique is about Clark's individual style, media attention, or a broader statement about the state of the WNBA. Fans are split. Some defend Clark's record-breaking performances as a boon for the league, attracting new audiences and revitalizing interest in women's basketball. Others side with Weatherspoon, claiming that the focus on individual stardom risks undermining teamwork and the league's traditions. With both sides making waves, the WNBA finds itself at the center of a heated debate over talent, leadership, and legacy. The question now is clear. Can Caitlin Clark continue her rise while respecting the history and values that legends like Teresa Weatherspoon fought to uphold? Or is the league heading toward a cultural clash that could reshape its identity forever? This confrontation is more than just a sports feud. It's a defining moment for the WNBA and women's basketball as a whole, and the world is watching every move. The WNBA has always been a league defined by skill, teamwork, and the legacy of players who paved the way for generations to come. Among those legends, Teresa Weatherspoon stands out as one of the most iconic figures in the sport's history. Known for her leadership on the court, her fierce competitiveness, and her unapologetic honesty off the floor, Weatherspoon has never shied away from speaking her mind about the direction of the league or the performance of its players. Recently, that honesty reached a boiling point when she reportedly went ballistic on rising star Caitlin Clark, accusing the young phenom of destroying the WNBA and expressing frustration at what she perceives as a shift away from team-focused basketball toward individual stardom. Caitlin Clark's rise in the WNBA has been meteoric. Known for her scoring ability, long-range shooting, and fearless approach in high-pressure situations, she has quickly become one of the most talked-about players in women's basketball. Clark's style of play is flashy, bold, and highly effective, earning her national attention, record-breaking performances, and a massive following on social media. For many fans, she represents a new era of talent that brings excitement, attention, and commercial growth to the league. Her games are highlight reels in motion, drawing fans in droves and putting women's basketball in the spotlight like never before. However, for veterans like Teresa Weatherspoon, Clark's dominance raises concerns beyond mere style or scoring ability. Sources close to Weatherspoon reveal that her frustration stemmed from a perception that Clark's individualism may be overshadowing the collective spirit that has long been central to WNBA success. Weatherspoon is particularly vocal about the importance of teamwork, leadership, and respect for the league's history, values she believes are essential for long-term stability and legacy. To her, a player who prioritizes personal branding or highlight-worthy plays over team cohesion risks changing the culture of the league in ways that could be detrimental in the long run. This tension between rising individual stars and league veterans is not new, but the intensity of Weatherspoon's criticism has shocked fans. In a series of public comments and social media posts, she emphasized that Clark's actions, both on and off the court, could have unintended consequences for her teammates, for the WNBA as a brand, and for future generations of players who look up to league icons. While many agree that Clark is immensely talented, The concern is about the balance between personal success and league unity. Observers note that Weatherspoon's critique is less about personal dislike and more about protecting the values and culture that she and other veterans fought to establish over decades. The timing of this confrontation is significant. Clark's breakout season, combined with increased media attention and her growing social media influence, has coincided with a period where the WNBA is striving to expand its reach, attract new sponsors, and elevate its visibility on a national and international stage. For Weatherspoon, the league's reputation is paramount, and any perceived disruption caused by the emphasis on individual stardom over team-oriented play is cause for alarm. Experts argue that this isn't merely a personal feud but a reflection of larger debates within professional sports. How to balance commercial success, media attention, and player individuality with the core principles of teamwork and respect for league traditions. Fans and commentators have been quick to weigh in, creating a whirlwind of discussion across social media. Supporters of Clark argue that her style and charisma are exactly what the WNBA needs to grow, drawing attention to women's sports and inspiring younger players. Others side with Weatherspoon, suggesting that the league risks sacrificing long-term culture and cohesion for short-term excitement and virality. Hashtags, reaction videos, and viral clips of both Clark's highlight reel performances and Weatherspoon's passionate comments have flooded platforms, underscoring how invested the public is in this confrontation. Beyond the public debate, the tension also has implications for the WNBA locker room. Players and coaches alike are paying attention, recognizing that Clark's rise has shifted dynamics and may influence how teams strategize, market themselves, and manage internal relationships. The discussion touches on leadership, accountability, and the evolving definition of success in professional women's basketball. As Clark continues to dominate on the scoreboard and in headlines, the league is being forced to confront questions about the balance between individual talent, team performance, and organizational culture. By the end of Part 1, it's clear that this confrontation between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark is far more than a personal disagreement. It symbolizes a crossroads for the WNBA. The league is grappling with the challenges of growth, media scrutiny, and the evolving role of individual stardom in a team sport. Fans, analysts, and players alike are watching closely, knowing that the outcome of this debate could influence the league's culture, its reputation, and the future of women's basketball for years to come. The conflict between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark didn't emerge in a vacuum. It is the culmination of a series of events that have brought the WNBA into the spotlight, creating tension between legacy players and rising stars. Clark's extraordinary talent and her ability to dominate games from the opening tip to the final buzzer have captivated audiences nationwide. But her unprecedented performances, media visibility, and social media influence have also amplified scrutiny, with some veterans feeling that the league's balance is being disrupted. Caitlin Clark's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. Known for her deadly accuracy from beyond the arc, fearless drives to the basket, and clutch performance under pressure, she has quickly become one of the most recognizable names in women's basketball. Every game feels like a showcase, not only for her individual skill but also for her ability to command attention and shape narratives in the media. Clark's influence extends beyond the court. Her social media presence, endorsement deals, and public appearances have turned her into a household name, even among casual sports fans. While this level of exposure is unprecedented for many WNBA players, it also creates friction when league veterans perceive it as overshadowing the contributions of others. Teresa Weatherspoon, a Hall of Famer and one of the most respected figures in WNBA history, has long been vocal about the importance of teamwork, leadership, and upholding the league's traditions. According to insiders, Weatherspoon's frustration with Clark intensified after a series of games where Clark's performances, while individually brilliant, were perceived as prioritizing personal glory over collective team effort. In interviews and private team discussions, Weatherspoon reportedly expressed concern that the league's culture, built on collaboration, resilience, and shared success, was being undermined by an overemphasis on personal stardom. For veterans like her, maintaining the integrity of the league and respecting the work of those who came before is not optional, it is fundamental. The tipping point appears to have been Clark's most recent standout performance, which dominated headlines and social media alike. While the young star shattered records and produced highlight-worthy moments, critics argue that her style inadvertently minimized the contributions of teammates. Some viewed the play style as flashy, prioritizing scoring and visibility over distribution and teamwork. Weatherspoon, known for her fierce competitiveness and dedication to team basketball, reportedly saw this as a signal that the values she fought to uphold were being eroded. Sources suggest that her ballistic response was a culmination of years of watching a league in transition, grappling with the tension between evolving star power and the foundational principles of the WNBA. Fans and analysts quickly took sides, fueling an intense public debate. Social media platforms erupted with viral clips of both Clark's spectacular performances and Weatherspoon's fiery commentary. Hashtags supporting both sides trended across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, reflecting the polarized opinions within the basketball community. Some praise Clark as a trailblazer, arguing that her dominance brings much-needed attention and excitement to the league, inspiring a new generation of players and fans. Others sided with Weatherspoon, asserting that unchecked individualism risks damaging team cohesion, alienating teammates, and creating a culture focused more on personal branding than collective achievement. Media coverage amplified the conflict, dissecting every nuance of Clark's style and Weatherspoon's critique. Sports networks ran analysis segments comparing the approaches of rising stars and league veterans, emphasizing the broader implications for the WNBA. Analysts debated whether Clark's influence would ultimately benefit the league by attracting attention and sponsorships or hurt it by prioritizing personal fame over team-oriented play. For many observers, this debate is emblematic of a wider tension in professional sports: how to balance the emergence of superstars with the preservation of institutional values and team integrity. Within the WNBA locker room, the situation has sparked discussions about leadership, accountability, and mentorship. Veteran players and coaches are paying attention, aware that Clark's meteoric rise could shift team dynamics and expectations for collaboration. Some players embrace the energy and attention Clark brings, recognizing that heightened visibility can elevate the entire league. Others share Weatherspoon's concern, fearing that a focus on individual brilliance could undermine cohesion, teamwork, and the collaborative spirit that has long defined the WNBA. Part of the tension also reflects generational differences in how basketball is played and perceived. Older players and legends like Weatherspoon value discipline, teamwork, and league-wide legacy, while newer stars often operate in a media-saturated environment where personal brand, social media presence, and highlight performances carry enormous weight. This generational clash is not unique to the WNBA, but is intensified by Clark's rapid rise and unprecedented media influence. The debate now extends beyond the court to the broader culture of sports, branding, and representation. By the end of Part 2, it is clear that the Weatherspoon-Clark conflict represents a larger crossroads for the WNBA. It is not simply about one player's performance or another's critique. It is about the evolving identity of the league itself. As the discussion unfolds among fans, analysts, and players, the league must confront difficult questions about balancing star power with tradition, media attention with teamwork, and individual brilliance with collective legacy. Every move, every comment, and every highlight now contributes to shaping the future of women's basketball in ways that few could have predicted. As the controversy between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark escalates, attention has shifted to the young star's response and the reactions from fans, players, and the broader WNBA community. Clark, known for her poise and competitive edge on the court, has largely remained focused on her game, but the intense scrutiny has forced her and her camp to address the narrative. Sources close to Clark reveal that while she respects league legends like Weatherspoon, she believes that her style of play is misunderstood and that her dominance is a reflection of dedication, skill, and a desire to elevate the WNBA to new heights. Clark's approach to basketball is both aggressive and highly strategic. She consistently delivers record-breaking performances, long-range shooting, and highlight reel plays that captivate audiences. Her scoring ability has redefined expectations for offensive production in the league, pushing the boundaries of what fans have come to anticipate from women's basketball. While some perceive a focus on individual performance as overshadowing teamwork, Clark maintains that her intent is never to diminish her teammates but to set an example of excellence and inspire others to elevate their game. Social media has become the battleground for this debate. Fans and commentators are divided, with hashtags supporting both Clark and Weatherspoon trending simultaneously. Supporters of Clark argue that the young star is exactly what the league needs to attract attention, boost ratings, and inspire a new generation of players. They emphasize that the WNBA has historically struggled for visibility, and Clark's performances bring national and even global attention to the league. Viral clips of her scoring, dazzling plays, and clutch performances flood platforms, highlighting her impact both on the court and in the digital space. Critics, echoing Weatherspoon's sentiments, warn that Clark's style of play risks creating a culture focused on individualism rather than teamwork. Analysts argue that while her talent is undeniable, overemphasis on personal stats, social media engagement, and highlight moment can shift locker room dynamics and influence younger players to prioritize personal recognition over collective success. Veteran voices in the league are particularly concerned about how these dynamics might affect team cohesion, mentorship, and the values that the WNBA has historically upheld. Inside the locker room, teammates have reportedly had mixed reactions. Some players embrace Clark's energy and competitiveness, seeing it as a catalyst for team improvement and a boost to the league's profile. Others are reportedly more cautious, concerned that excessive focus on individual stardom may unintentionally disrupt team chemistry or create resentment. Coaches are navigating these dynamics carefully, balancing the need to support a rising star with the importance of maintaining unity and discipline among the team. These conversations reflect broader challenges in professional sports, where managing emerging superstars while preserving collective integrity is a delicate task. The media has amplified the tension, dissecting both Clark's performances and Weatherspoon's critiques. Sports networks and online platforms have run detailed analysis segments, comparing traditional leadership and team-focused play with modern individual brilliance. Analysts debate whether Clark's style represents a necessary evolution for the league or a potential threat to its foundational principles. Opinion pieces, podcasts, and sports talk shows have fueled the discussion, showing how deeply this controversy resonates beyond just fans and players. Beyond individual personalities, this situation raises questions about the WNBA's identity and growth strategy. Clark's rise coincides with a period when the league is striving to expand its visibility, attract sponsorships, and engage new audiences. While some view her dominance as a boon for the league, others fear that prioritizing spectacle over traditional values may have unintended consequences. The tension between innovation and tradition, individuality and teamwork, reflects broader challenges in modern sports culture, especially in leagues that are still carving out their mainstream presence. At the same time, the debate has sparked broader cultural discussions about women's sports and representation. Clark's visibility and success highlight the potential for female athletes to become household names, command significant media attention, and inspire youth around the world. However, it also underscores the scrutiny and expectations placed on young female stars, particularly when they challenge established norms or dominate public attention. Clark's situation becomes a lens through which fans, analysts, and cultural commentators examine the evolving landscape of women's professional sports. By the end of Part 3, it is evident that the Clark-Weatherspoon controversy is far more than a clash between two individuals. It represents a larger dialogue about leadership, culture, and the balance between individual brilliance and team values in the WNBA. The conversation extends to social media, media coverage, locker room dynamics, and the very identity of the league itself. As Clark continues to excel on the court and Weatherspoon's critiques resonate with veterans, the league faces a critical moment that could shape its direction for years to come, forcing players, coaches, and fans alike to confront the question: how do you celebrate individual talent while preserving the core values that define team sports? As the controversy between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark continues to dominate headlines, the WNBA is facing unprecedented scrutiny from fans, media, and industry insiders. What began as a critique from a legendary figure has evolved into a broader discussion about the league culture, its growth strategy, and the evolving role of individual stardom in women's professional basketball. This fourth part delves into the ripple effects of the feud, highlighting fan reactions, media coverage, and the potential long-term consequences for the league. Social media has amplified the situation, turning it into a full-blown debate across platforms. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are flooded with clips of Clark's record-breaking games, side by side with videos of Weatherspoon's passionate commentary. Fans are polarized. Supporters of Clark praise her for her skill, confidence, and ability to bring unprecedented attention to the league. They argue that her dominance is exactly what the WNBA needs to attract a younger, broader audience and elevate women's basketball to the national stage. For them, Clark embodies the future of the sport, a generational talent whose presence brings excitement, recognition, and relevance to a league that has long fought for mainstream visibility. Conversely, Weatherspoon's supporters emphasize the importance of tradition, teamwork, and respect for the league's values. They see her critique as a necessary reminder that the WNBA is not just about individual talent, but about collaboration, mentorship, and the legacy of the players who built the league. For these fans, Clark's focus on personal accolades, social media presence, and highlight reel moments risks overshadowing the contributions of teammates and diluting the principles that make the league sustainable and meaningful. This divide illustrates a tension that is increasingly common in professional sports, balancing the rise of superstar culture with the foundational ethos of team sports. Media coverage has further intensified the debate. Sports networks, podcasts, and online publications are dissecting both Clark's performances and Weatherspoon's criticism with fervor. Analysts break down game footage to evaluate whether Clark's style is purely offensive brilliance or indicative of a shift away from team-centric play. Opinion pieces explore generational differences, examining how modern athletes navigate the pressures of media attention, branding, and individual success compared to veterans who played under different circumstances. The story has transcended basketball itself, sparking discussions about leadership, mentorship, and how women's sports are marketed in an era dominated by social media visibility and viral content. Inside the league, coaches and players are closely monitoring the situation. Some team members view Clark's dominance as an asset, believing that her high scoring and media draw can energize their roster and attract sponsorships. Others express concern that excessive individual focus may disrupt chemistry or create tension in the locker room. Coaches are tasked with managing these dynamics carefully, fostering both a winning culture and an environment that supports personal growth while maintaining team cohesion. The balance between harnessing star power and preserving collective discipline has never been more critical. The debate also highlights broader cultural implications. Caitlin Clark represents a new era of athletes who are unafraid to embrace their individuality and leverage digital platforms to expand their influence. She is reshaping perceptions of female athletes, challenging stereotypes, and inspiring young players worldwide. Yet, this visibility comes with scrutiny, particularly from veterans like Weatherspoon who are invested in protecting the integrity of the league. The tension underscores the delicate balance between empowering new talent and honoring the traditions that established the WNBA as a premier professional sports organization. Fan backlash has been significant. Viral posts criticizing Clark's style, commentary defending Weatherspoon, and heated debates have dominated online forums. Memes highlighting the clash between youth and experience, old school versus new school mentality, and individual versus team focus have spread widely. At the same time, supporters of Clark have created counter-narratives celebrating her scoring, work ethic, and influence, framing her as a trailblazer who is modernizing the league for future generations. This duality demonstrates how social media has become a pivotal arena for shaping public opinion and amplifying controversies in professional sports. Sponsorships and league partnerships are also impacted. Brands that align with Clark see her as a valuable figure capable of attracting attention, engagement, and new audiences. Meanwhile, some traditionalists worry that prolonged controversy could affect perceptions of professionalism or sportsmanship within the league. WNBA executives are navigating a complex situation, balancing the commercial opportunities that come with Clark's popularity against the need to maintain credibility, reputation, and respect for league traditions. By the end of Part 4, it is clear that the feud between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark is more than a clash of personalities. It is a cultural moment with lasting implications for the WNBA. The debate touches on leadership, legacy, teamwork, star power, and the evolution of women's sports in a media-driven world. Every performance, social media post, and public statement now carries weight, shaping not just the future of these two figures but the identity and trajectory of the league itself. Fans, players, and executives alike are watching closely, understanding that the outcome of this debate could redefine the balance between individual talent and collective achievement in women's professional basketball. As the drama between Teresa Weatherspoon and Caitlin Clark reaches its peak, the WNBA finds itself at a pivotal moment. What started as criticism from a league legend has evolved into a nationwide conversation about leadership, culture, and the future of women's basketball. Part 5 examines the fallout, the league's response, and the potential paths forward for both Clark and Weatherspoon, while exploring the broader implications for the WNBA. The immediate fallout has been felt across all corners of the league. Fans remain deeply divided, with social media buzzing over every statement, game highlight, and interview related to the feud. Supporters of Clark celebrate her dominance, framing her as a trailblazer whose talent and drive are putting the WNBA in the global spotlight. Viral clips of her incredible scoring and clutch performances have flooded platforms, generating unprecedented engagement for the league. On the other hand, Weatherspoon supporters emphasize the need to protect the league's core values, defending her critique as a necessary call to maintain team focus, sportsmanship, and respect for the league's history. This division reflects a larger cultural debate: how to balance the rise of superstar athletes with preserving the integrity and cohesion of a team sport. Within the WNBA locker room, the tension has created a mix of inspiration and concern. Some players see Clark's rise as an opportunity to elevate their own games, inspired by her work ethic, confidence, and visibility. Others share Weatherspoon's concerns, worry that individual stardom might disrupt team chemistry or create unnecessary pressure on teammates. Coaches are tasked with managing these dynamics carefully, ensuring that the focus remains on performance while also fostering a culture that supports collaboration and mentorship. It is a delicate balance, and how teams navigate this situation could set a precedent for future interactions between veteran leadership and rising stars. The league's management has also been paying close attention. WNBA executives recognize that this controversy is more than just a personal dispute. It has implications for branding, marketing, and the league's public image. On one hand, Clark's dominance and media presence provide a boost in visibility, attracting new fans, sponsorships, and opportunities for expansion. On the other hand, prolonged public conflict between a current star and a respected legend could risk negative perceptions of internal discord or leadership struggles. Sources indicate that league officials are considering initiatives to mediate the situation, possibly through mentorship programs, public dialogues, or structured guidance to align individual talent with league-wide objectives. Clark herself appears to be navigating the storm with a mix of focus and maturity, while she continues to dominate on the court. Insiders say she is aware of the criticism and is working to balance her individual success with team priorities. Her approach demonstrates a keen understanding of both media scrutiny and professional growth, signaling a willingness to learn from veterans while maintaining her signature style of play. This ability to adapt could prove crucial not only for her career but for shaping how future stars in the WNBA manage similar conflicts between individual prominence and league culture. Weatherspoon, meanwhile, continues to serve as a powerful voice for the league's values. Her outspokenness has reminded the WNBA community of the importance of tradition, leadership, and mentorship. While her remarks may seem confrontational, they reflect a broader concern for maintaining the league's identity in the face of rapid change. Her legacy as a player, coach, and ambassador for the sport gives weight to her words, ensuring that the conversation is about more than just personal opinion. It is about guiding the next generation of players in a way that honors the league's history. The media frenzy surrounding this feud has also created new opportunities and challenges. Analysts, commentators, and social media influencers continue to dissect every detail, highlighting not just the conflict but its larger implications for women's sports, athlete branding, and the dynamics of team versus individual success. The WNBA's growing visibility means that every highlight, statement, or viral clip now contributes to shaping public perception and influencing broader discussions about the league's direction. Ultimately, the Clark-Weatherspoon situation represents a crossroads for the WNBA. It is a moment where the league must reconcile the rise of extraordinary individual talent with the preservation of teamwork, culture, and legacy. The resolution, or at least the management, of this conflict will likely influence how future stars navigate media attention, individual branding, and relationships with veteran leadership. It will also shape fan expectations, sponsorship strategies, and the overall identity of the league. In conclusion, while the feud may seem personal on the surface, its significance extends far beyond individual players. It highlights the challenges of evolving professional sports, the tension between legacy and innovation, and the responsibilities of rising stars to respect the foundations of their leagues. For Caitlin Clark, this is an opportunity to prove that individual brilliance and team-oriented play can coexist. For Teresa Weatherspoon, it is a chance to reinforce the importance of mentorship and legacy. For the WNBA, it is a defining moment, a test of its ability to embrace growth while preserving the values that have made it a pioneering institution in women's sports. The eyes of fans, players, and industry insiders are watching closely, knowing that how this story unfolds could shape the league for years to come. This isn't just another WNBA story. It's a moment that could redefine the league and women's basketball forever. Teresa Weatherspoon, a living legend, just went ballistic over Caitlin Clark's dominance, claiming it's destroying the WNBA, and fans are divided like never before. The clash between tradition and rising stardom has sparked intense debate, with viral clips, hot takes, and heated social media conversations exploding across every platform. If you want to stay ahead of every reaction, breakdown, and insider update on this epic feud, subscribe now and hit the notification bell. Be part of the conversation in the comments. Share your thoughts on Clark's rise, Weatherspoon's critique, and what this means for the future of the WNBA. Don't miss a moment, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter could change the game, the league, and the way we see women's basketball forever.